Sitting towards the front of your chair, feel the sitting bones firmly planted on the seat of the chair and your feet resting into the ground. We'll begin by taking our hands to the back of the body, to the kidneys, and massaging this area, awakening the energy for our practice. Let the massage be nourishing, your touch an offering to your body. An invitation to release tensions. And then we're going to gently tap with the palms of our hands down from the kidneys, over the glutes, the sides of the thighs, backs of the thighs, the calves, as far as you can reach. If you can reach all the way to your feet, coming all the way down to the feet. And then from wherever you have reached, tapping up the insides of the legs, awakening the energy in the meridians of the body. Coming to the lower belly, tapping gently here. If you are pregnant or if you are currently menstruating, please choose to circle instead of tapping on your lower belly. Otherwise, you can tap with the palms or make soft fists and tap with soft fists. Let the belly be relaxed. And let the practice be nourishing. Your touch, your tapping be nourishing for the body. So if your body is tensing, if your lower belly is tensing against the tapping, go gentler or choose the circling motion instead. Tapping here on the low dantian awakens the energy in this reservoir of our body. Then we're going to continue the tapping journey up the front of the body, coming to about the middle of the breastbone, and tapping here. Adjusting the gentleness or firmness to fit your body and your body's needs in this moment. Here we are stimulating the thymus gland, which is located just beneath the breastbone here. And the thymus gland is involved in the immune response, helping us ward off pathogens and viruses that might be beginning to circulate more strongly through our communities as the weather gets cooler and wetter in the fall season. And continuing up with one hand to just below the collarbone, tapping underneath the collarbone towards the shoulder and finding a spot here where the collarbone meets the head of the humerus. So before we get to the shoulder bone, I'm going to tap there, either making a beak, tapping with the fingertips or the soft fist. This area is home to the start of the external branch of the lung meridian. So we're awakening the entry point of energy into the lung meridian here. The lungs being one of the organs associated with the fall season. So we're opening, it's like opening the door for energy to flow freely into the lung meridian. And then placing the palm over this area, we're going to breathe in and breathing out, sliding the hand down the inside of the arm, past the thumb. We're going to do this 3 times. So breathing in, breathing out, sliding the palm down past the thumb and releasing any energy from there. Once more. Nourishing the whole lung meridian, releasing any energy that's not needed from there. Let's do it twice more. Letting energy flow smoothly all the way down the lung meridian, releasing any excesses, any deviant chi, deviant energy, any blockages. Then we'll come to the back of the arm. We'll come back to tapping, again using the palm or a soft fist, whatever feels good. Taking our time, just going to do this once. The back of the arm is home to the large intestine meridian, which is the sister meridian of the lungs. So this organ of large intestine is also associated with the fall season. We're tapping now on the back of the shoulder, up to the neck. You can take a little massage here. Finding any points that feel good to touch. Again, allowing your touch to be nourishing and inviting to release tension rather than forcing. And at any point, if you want to linger any place, you're welcome to do so, and then come back to the video. If you're ready to proceed, we will come back to just below the collarbone, switch the hands, and move to the other side. So tapping right underneath the collarbone towards the shoulder where the head of the humerus sits. And before we reach the shoulder, we're going to find the area where the lung meridian comes more towards the surface of the body. So we can access it more easily. And we're going to massage here either with the beak or with a soft fist, whatever feels good. If the area is particularly sensitive, you can just place your palm and just breathe there. Awakening it with breath and intention instead of with massage. Please always adjust the practice to your needs on this particular day, in this particular moment. Not what you needed an hour ago, not what you needed yesterday, but what you need right now. And then opening the palm, breathing in, Breathing out, sliding the palm down the inside of the arm, past the thumb, and releasing any energy. 5 times total. Nourishing the lung meridian on this side, clearing any blockages, letting the energy flow freely and smoothly. And then turning the arm over, beginning to tap up the outer arm. Awakening the large intestine meridian. Coming to the shoulder, the back of the shoulder, and to the side of the neck. If it's supportive, finding some places to massage here, if it feels good to the body. Always listening. And then bringing both hands back to the collarbone, we're going to continue up the front and the sides of the neck to the jaw, the TMJ joint, releasing any tension here, maybe coming down the sides of the jaw, opening the mouth, sighing or breathing out here. And then coming up the face, all the way to the top of the head, the crown of the head, over the back of the head to where the skull sits on top of the spinal cord. And then coming down the neck on the sides of the spine, backs of the shoulders. Noticing which areas of your body are asking for softer touch and which ones might prefer a firmer touch. And then continuing down, however you can reach back towards the kidneys. And pausing on the kidneys with the palms on the kidneys for a breath or two before releasing the arms to the sides or to your lap, taking a moment to notice the effects of the practice. In this fall season inspired Qigong, we're going to continue to work a lot with the lung meridian and the large intestine. So we'll continue now with some shoulder rotations. So we're going to take one arm and remembering that the lung meridian runs past the thumb, letting the palm face the center line. We're going to take the arm overhead, turn the palm to face the back of the room and come around. So palm faces the center line, over the head it turns facing the back wall and coming around. If you wish, you can place your other hand back on the area where the lung meridian comes more towards the surface of the body. And as you circle the arm, can you keep in your awareness the whole lung meridian? So all the way from beneath your other palm, its entry point, to the tip of the thumb. Feeling the sensations along this pathway as we go through the shoulder rotations. Inviting the body to relax. Letting the range of motion and the pace fit you and your needs today. And we're going to change the direction. So this time the palm will come around, the palm will open to the sky, and then when we come forward, the palm will face the center line again. So the thumb will lead the way. Open the palm towards the sky and come around and face the center line. Notice your effort level. In Qigong, it's recommended we work to no more than 2/3 of our effort level. So always keeping 1/3 of our energy to ourselves. It also means that in general, we stay at about 2/3 of our range of movement. Doesn't mean we can't reach towards our maximum sometimes, but for the most part, I like to remain at about 2/3 of our range of movement. Not always going to our maximum. It keeps us safe, and over time, it will gently invite the body to expand the range of movement. And release this movement from your body. Taking a moment to pause in neutral posture before switching the arms to the other side. So placing the palm on the start of the external branch of the lung meridian. Remembering the pathway down the inner arm all the way to the tip of the thumb. Taking the arm overhead. Palm rotates as you do this. And as the palm rotates, you can follow it with your eyes. As the palm circles, inviting the rest of your body to become involved in the movement. In Qigong, we work with the wholeness of the body. So inviting our whole selves into every movement and into all the stillness too. So even though here we're rotating just through the shoulder, notice how the rest of your body is involved. Your eyes, your neck, your spine, your hips, all the way down to the feet. And let's go the other way now. So the thumb starting the turning of the palm towards the ceiling, and then the palm facing the center line as we come around the front. And just like with the touch, let the movement be inviting and nourishing rather than forcing. And let's release this from the body, returning back to neutral posture. And taking a moment to maybe close the eyes and notice and feel. Next, please take the arms to cactus pose. And I'm going to bring the elbows back and down and look up, extending through our spine. And then we'll bring the backs of the hands together, rounding the spine into C curve, pressing the arms forward. Inhaling, extending, exhaling, flexing. Like this, continue opening and closing the gates. I'm going to show from the side as you open the gates, pressing the sitting bones into the seat, closing the gates, rounding the back. In both extension and flexion, working to no more than 2/3 of your effort level, 2/3 of your range of movement. Listen closely to your lower back, making any adjustments if your lower back is experiencing any pinching or any pain. So reducing your effort level even further if your lower back is beginning to ask for it. And this will be our last one, letting the arms come down, rolling through the spine. And again, pausing and noticing. Next, we will open the arms to shoulder height, palms facing the sky, preparing for rainbow dance. And as a scale that might bend in one direction, we'll bend in one direction. Come back to the center, bend in the other. Opening the sides of the body now, the sides of the ribs, with this lateral stretch. The visualization I will offer here is, imagine there's a rainbow. So you're holding two ends of the rainbow in your palms, and the rainbow comes overhead. So imagine one end of the rainbow getting heavier, tipping you to one side. And then notice how the body naturally begins to spring back towards its center. And then let the other end of the elbow, of the rainbow become heavier. And notice how the body naturally responds by wanting to return to the center. Feeling your lungs expanding on one side, then the other. So inhaling as you bend to one side. Expanding the opposite lung. And exhaling to the center. When you have explored this enough, we'll return back to the center. Feel the impact of the practice. And then inhaling, palms facing the sky. As the palms come to in front of the third eye, a little turn over. pressing the palms towards the sky, and exhaling, releasing the arms down, settling. Inhaling, arms come up, pressing the sitting bones into the seat of the chair, the feet into the floor as you press the palms towards the sky. So there's a simultaneous pressing downwards and upwards. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Feeling the elongation between all the vertebrae of your spine as you get very long, as if your whole body could reach between the center of the earth and the furthest star. And last one. Returning, as always, to the center. Noticing the sensations in the body. Noticing the quality of your mind, your energy, your emotions, your heart. Move to 5-element form for the metal element, which is associated with the fall season. So turning the palms to face the sky. Inhaling, bring the arms forward and towards you. Turning the palms to face the front of the room. Exhaling, pressing the palms forward. Palms turning towards the earth. Inhaling, bringing the palms to in front of each lung. Exhaling, settling the palms back to starting position. Like this will continue. Inhaling, bringing fresh energy in. Exhaling, pressing whatever we don't need away from us. Having made the space, let the inhale come in. And exhale, settle the chi. Bring fresh chi in, inhaling. Exhaling, let anything you don't need be pushed away, making space around you. And within this space, let your body fill with air, with chi. And exhaling, settle the chi into the dantian. Inviting the whole body into each part of the movement. So noticing what's happening through the spine. Noticing the feeling of the sitting bones on the seat of the chair. Noticing when the sitting bones press down and the crown of the head presses towards the sky. Noticing the feeling of settling back down to the earth. Bringing fresh chi in, push mountain, creating space, bounded space around you. Leave the energy there and allow fresh chi to receive into your lungs. Then let it settle into your dantian. Doing work in the first two movements. And then here, receiving the benefits of your work. Balance between effort and receiving. Letting the effort be appropriate. Letting the receiving be appropriate too. We'll let this be our last one. Letting the chi settle in your dantian. Letting the arms come out to the side. And take wild goose flying. So as you inhale, the arms will come up. As you exhale, they will release. And that is the movement. You can keep your feet hip or shoulder width apart like this. If you wish, you can experiment with bringing your feet together. Your arms, the wings of a migratory goose. Powerful wings. And like the goose, can you use your energy appropriately? Just the right level of effort. As the goose flies over the ocean long distances, sometimes doesn't get a chance to rest very much along the way. So it needs to find rest and energy conservation in the movement itself. So remember that energy resettled into the dantian with the last movement. Can you let this energy be the source as the arms come up and release? So it's not your arms themselves doing the work, but the movement of the arms is supported by your whole body, in particular your dantian. Last one. Bringing the feet a comfortable distance away from each other again. And close with a quieter practice of hand gestures. So bringing the arms in front crossing at the wrists. The two arms are not touching, and they are not touching the body. I'll show you from the side. This is called two lungs breathing. So as you inhale, allow the hands to move away from your body. And as you exhale, let them come closer. Feeling the connection between the palms of your hands and the two lungs. Two lungs breathing chi. Softening the wrists, the hands, the fingers. And letting the hands mirror the movement of the breath in and out of the lungs, the expansion of the lungs with inhalation and the condensation of the lungs with exhalation. Noticing if your whole body is still involved in the experience. Can you feel the subtle movement of the spine as you inhale and as you exhale? Maybe a slight tilt of your pelvis in one direction and the other, a rocking of the pelvis, micro movements as you inhale and you exhale. If you can't feel this, don't worry. It's something, this sensitivity is developed over time as we develop our skill with Qigong. You complete the next cycle, we're going to take the arms behind the body, clasping the opposite forearm. Feeling the arms resting against the area of the kidneys. This is the part of the body that is actually very capillary rich. It's the deepest lobes of the lungs. So invite the breath now to come to this deep cellars of the lungs in the back body. From where in traditional Chinese medicine it is said that the kidneys catch hold of the breath, of the qi that comes in as you breathe in, directly from the lungs. And the kidneys store our essence energy. So this qi that we breathe in, they catch it directly and they store it when we have a need of it. So as your intention, you can bring in this visualization of the kidneys catching hold of the qi from the breath. It's like storing the jams and other fruits that we preserve in the cellar for the winter season. We'll let the arms release. I'm going to turn back towards you. Bring the backs of the hands towards each other. This is the third part and the last part of the mudra. Let your shoulders be released. And imagine your arms are like seaweed, releasing anything that no longer serves you, letting it drip off your fingers towards the earth. This is the letting go, which is also a big part of the fall season. It's a function of the large intestine. Perhaps you might feel stimulation in the large intestine meridian, in the outer arms where we traced it before. Continue to release through the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers. Letting anything you don't need drip off your fingertips towards the earth. The body relaxing. And you're simply allowing this natural process, this natural phase of letting go to happen. You don't need to force it in any way. Eyes can be open with soft gaze in front of you, or they can be closed. When you feel complete, returning back to neutral posture, either arms out to the side or resting on your thighs. Your invitation is to close the eyes gently, which brings the awareness inwards. You can feel and notice the effects of your practice. This Qigong practice for your day during the fall season. And turn the palms out to the side, gathering fresh qi from the environment around us. And then turning the middle fingers towards each other, palms facing the earth. Let the fresh qi fill the form of your body. Allowing anything more that you no longer need to simply flow down your body and release through your feet into the earth. Really feel it. Visualize it being absorbed into the earth. And bringing the palms over your lower belly through Dantian. letting the energy store there and settle in your center.